You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shia. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family. My friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Here I come! Dragon Swarm! I shall seal them where you stand. Dragon Swarm!
Its armor's too strong.
Let it open!
Be my guest. Totally! In an instant!
Impact Claw!
Shine! Not a
Radiant
chance.
Light!
Force of
It's
regeneration!
over.
Nothing gets by me! This one's mine! One more! Eagle Fly!
What is...
Hey, you okay?
I can still do this!
Radiant Light!
You're finished!
Full Shatter Regeneration! Attack time!
I owe you one.
Thunder Touch! Hurricane Thrust! Her incantation freaking does it!
Shield and
Here I
Mace!
come!
Florida!
You're mine!
Make it rain!
This one's all mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Ground and Pound!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! To me!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane
I'm ready!
Glimmer Blade!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next...
Okay. Why? Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renin. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Did we really just spend that much money?
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
It's on! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! I'll grind you into dust! Swallow dance! Eat dirt! Here I come!
If they run you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Eternal devastation!
Go in!
Talon Sword!
Hurricane
You're mine! Talon Hurricane! Dragon Swarm! It's over! Here I come!
On guard!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Look sharp!
Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact Frost! Eat this! I can carve through armor! Take this! Stardust! Eat this!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
No choice!
Hurricane!
I'll tear you apart! Dragon Swarm!
Far enough!
All mine!
Are those arms even natural?
I'll make you!
Hurricane strike!
Dragon Swarm! Eternal devastation!
Hurricane strike!
Too fast!
Look sharp!
Stand back! Dragon Swarm!
Trip it up.
Here I come!
Hurricane strike!
Take this!
Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On your knees. Hurricane
Take
shout!
this!
This one's mine! Bring more!
Pieces! Dragon Swarm!
Looks like we got them all.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elder Menancia.
Coming through! You're mine!
I can carve through armor!
It's over! You're mine! You're finished now!
I'll take out the legs with my shield. Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Regenerate!
Take this!
Don't suffer in silence! Hold nothing back!
Allow me to help you.
Shine! This one's all mine!
Force of regeneration!
You're
Flaming
finished!
meteor!
Eat dirt!
Do it! Don't leave!
Blow them away!
Ready to go! On guard!
You're mine!
Shine!
This
Radiant
one's
light!
mine!
Force of
Hurricane!
regeneration!
You're mine!
Rip and
You're
tear!
finished!
Far enough!
Don't suffer in
Dragon
silence.
Swarm!
Benediction light.
Do it!
Allow me to
Follow
help
me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Benediction light.
Heal!
This freaking does it!
Eternal Devastation!
Hurricane
Dragon
Strike!
Swarm!
Appreciate the help.
Can't get out of this!
Switch to offense!
You're mine!
I'm ready! All in here!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'll smash you!
On guard!
Dragon Shout!
Dragon
Hurricane
Swarm!
Strike!
Catapult!
It's on!
Outline
Dragon Swarm!
Talon
This
Hurricane!
one's mine!
Here I come!
Eagle Dive!
Tiger
I'm
Blade!
ready! In an instant! Impact Block! My turn!
I'm on a roll now!
Dragon Swarm!
Tempest! Catapult!
You're finished!
Dragon
Look
Shout!
sharp! Make it rain!
Here I come!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Yukara!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
No choice!
I can handle it!
Dragon Shout!
You picked the wrong
Wither
fight!
Dragon!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Dragon Swarm!
First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Going in! Eagle
Here I
Dive!
come!
Hurricane Strike! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now!
Dragon
Rising
Shout!
Falcon!
Don't get careless.
Gotta break through! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth!
It's on!
Their arms were interrupted.
I really am.
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
A new melody!
Dragon Swarm! You're mine!
Hurricane Strike!
Here I come!
This one's mine! Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm! Here I come!
Radiant light! Force of
Hurricane Strike!
regeneration!
Down! Your arm!
Resonate with
One
the
more!
earth!
Stunner!
Oh,
I owe you one. You're mine! You're
Guardian
finished!
Field!
Here I come!
Let me
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Strike! I'll take take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malison!
Benediction light. You're mine!
Now you see what I can do!
Crescent move!
Another incantation ruined.
Denied!
Dragon Swarm!
Stalagmite!
We did it!
My turn! On your
Dragon Swarm!
All right, let it get...
There's always room for improvement.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
That's far enough!
Radiant
Thunder Tap!
Take this!
Blue escape! Eternal devastation!
Rolling snap!
Dragon Swarm!
Swallow dance! Look sharp!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Eat this!
Regenerate!
I'm not
Guardian
done!
field! Eat this!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Take it!
Yeah! Tumbling to
You
me!
picked the wrong fight! You're mine! It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Dragon kill! This one's mine! Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Benediction light.
On guard!
Eat this!
Take it!
Switch to offense! I can handle it!
I'm not done!
Look sharp!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Attack time! Now you see what I can do!
You're mine!
Going in.
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp!
You're mine!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
I'm not done!
Piercing roar!
Rising Wyvern!
Look sharp! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malison!
Demon Fang! You're mine!
One more!
Crush! Take this!
The power of light!
I owe you one! It's over!
No chance!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Appreciate the help!
This one's
Far
all
enough.
mine! Take this!
Allow me to help you.
Eat dirt!
Hurricane
I'm not
Strike!
done!
This one's
Eternal
mine!
devastation!
I'm ready.
Hurricane Strike!
Crush!
On guard!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
I'm
Regenerate!
not done!
Let us take
Hurricane
to the fray!
I can feel my power growing!
Made it through another day.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Hootle lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah. More than okay, really. It feels natural having Hootle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister. And Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hootle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hootle for a bit. Good night. I want to go back to bed.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Right, here goes!
On guard!
Take this!
It's so
Dragon Form!
New melody!
Eternal Devastation!
On your
Dragon Form!
There you are! As it moves!
Dragon Form!
I can carve through armor!
No escape! Dragon
We're taking
Form!
too many hits! Light up the dark! Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Shine!
Dragon
Down!
Form!
Force of regeneration! Talon Hurricane!
Eagle Take this!
This one's mine!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Dust the
You're
dark!
mine!
Hurricane
It's over!
Go bleeding charge!
Take this!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Onward and upward.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than...
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Good night, everyone.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk!" or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
What are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Oh! It's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Training's paying off! I'll tear you apart! I'll try and that's it! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Frost! I'm on it! Do it! Dragon Swarm! Hey! Blow them away!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Crack. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shiana, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Now you see what I can do. Begin.
Here I come!
Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver.
Here I come!
On your side. Legion swarm to me. Yeah.
Now you've gone and ticked me off. Here, let me help. Thank you for that. Flare the Molotov!
Here I come! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Frost! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
Let's begin! Fang Blast! It's over! I'm ready! It's long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Eat dirt!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Dragon Swarm! It's over! Swarm! Dragon Swarm!
Here it does it.
Take this! This is
Heal. I'll tear you apart. Denied.
Astral Arts?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Here it comes.
Take this!
This fist has got your name on it.
This one's enough. Much
Looking good!
Now, this is a dragon.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
You're finished! Dragon Swarm! Some regeneration! Regenerate!
Now I'm in the groove!
I'm gone! Now I can leverage everlasting dark! Here I come! It's over! Resonate with the earth!
Hurricane
Crush!
Make it rain!
Benediction light.
Here goes!
Heal! Okay, here I go! Look sharp! Not this one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Light.
Dragon Swarm!
Appreciate the
Here I
help.
come! Eternal devastation! First strike!
Hurricane Hurricane! This one's mine!
Deity!
Talon Sword! Ready to go!
Talon Hurricane! Do it!
Thank you! Ringwell!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Step back! This one's all law! Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Denied!
Eternal devastation!
Talon Sword! Hurricane Strike! This one's mine!
You're my
Is it hot? Dispatch it out again!
Hurricane Strike!
Here I come! On the Dragon Swarm!
Back in their defenses!
Glad you have your use.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
One more!
Dragon Can't get out of this!
Hurricane
ready.
Strike! Ringwell!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
This one's coming! Talon Sword! Glacial Higher! Hurricane! Flaming Meteor! Eagle Crescent Moon! Crumble!
I'll finish you here and now!
Eternal devastation! Dragon Claw! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Talon Sword!
You picked the wrong fight! Catapult! Dragon
Glacial
Claw!
Higher! Hurricane! Tiger Blade!
I'm ready!
Hurricane
Dragon Claw! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
I've never stood so close to a water... fall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
No backing down!
Eternal devastation!
I'm on it!
Hurricane Fire! Talon Hurricane!
Crush!
Eagle
Here I
Fire!
come!
Let that gel riding reputation!
I'll finish!
Smash you!
You require...
Dragon Swarm!
I'm on it!
Leave the enemy's arc.
I'm
No
ready!
place here!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You wanna play? Then come at me!
Begin!
Far enough!
You're mine! No further! Dragon Swarm!
Make it rain!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact Frost! We work well together.
Finally time
Here
for...
I come!
Strike!
Dragon Swarm! Elusive deity! You're
Anything in armor is
I'm ready!
mine.
I'm not done! I'm on it! Ha! Does it hurt? Eat
This one's mine.
I'm ready! Great!
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Eat dirt!
Eat this! Going in!
Elusive deity!
Eagle Ray! I'm
Here I
gone!
come!
Armor won't save you!
Fang Blast! Radiant light!
No armor! Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
You're finished!
Going in!
Then go to you! No escape! Eternal devastation! I'm on! You're finished! That's enough! Dragon Swarm!
Ready to go! Look sharp! Take this!
I'm on! Mine! Take
Glacial Punch! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Elusive deity!
Eagle Ray! This one's mine!
It's over!
I shall ensure you survive it.
You're finished!
Hurricane
Dragon
Blast!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact Block! We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't we?
What can I say? I had a good partner.
Right, here goes! Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine!
Like moths,
You're finished! Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Its armor's too strong.
Then split it open! Be my guest!
Shine! Radiant light!
Here I come! It's
Shine!
Eat
Radiant light!
dirt!
You see what
Force of
happened there as you
regeneration.
crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
Take this!
Regenerate!
Dragon Swarm! You'll pay for that! Dragon down! You're mine!
switch to this!
Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the
Dragon
earth!
Swarm!
Going in! Stalagmite!
Our art's being interrupted.
Guardian Veil!
Shine!
I got you!
Radiant light!
Eternal devastation! I'm not done!
Watch this! Alright?
It's over!
Do it! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
First strike! Crush!
Rip and tear!
Take
Eat
it!
discard!
Now!
Look sharp!
Stardust! Here I come!
Eat this! Tiger Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Dragon
Dragon
Hurricane
On
Strike!
your knees!
Dragon
Guardian
Swarm!
Field! First strike!
You're
Down!
mine!
You're off!
You picked the wrong fight!
You
Here I come!
Running at him! Talon Sword! Far enough!
You made quick work of us!
Want me to pick up your slack there?
Hurricane
Just pointing it out!
Eagle
Resonate with the
Strike!
earth! Stalagmite! On your
Hurricane
Rising
Strike!
Falcon!
Look sharp!
Finish!
I'll finish you here and now!
Dragon Swarm!
Talon Sword!
Shine! Radiant light!
I'm gone!
Regeneration!
Take this!
Regenerate!
Eagle Drive!
How about that? Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
Do it! I mean, yes, sir.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! for a kick. I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Let's see what we've got.
Eternal devastation!
Appreciate the help.
Dragon Swarm! You're finished! I'll run you through!
Benediction light.
Almost there! Here! Okay, here I go!
Let me
It's
help.
on!
I got you.
Dragon Swarm!
Leave the torch.
Make it rain! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off.
Take this!
Have you too much?
Take this! Dragon Swarm! You're finished!
Look sharp.
Eat dirt!
Make it rain.
Benediction
Take
light.
this!
Eat this. Look sharp.
Dragon Swarm!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training though.
That's what I like to
I'm ready!
hear.
We managed to pull through.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
So let's show it how wrong it is! It's trying to stop us?
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
It's over!
Eagle Ray! I'll finish you here and now!
Here I
This
come!
one's mine!
Dragon Force!
Don't suffer in silence.
Look sharp!
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Going in!
Here I come!
Elusive deity!
Dragon Swarm!
Dragon
This
Tail!
one's mine!
Eat this!
Tiger Blade!
Oh, now you're perfect!
Look sharp!
Elusive deity!
Benediction light.
Deny!
Heal!
On guard!
Strike!
Look sharp!
Rip and tear! Take this!
Hurricane Strike!
It's over!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
Shine! Radiant
On
light!
guard!
Its wings are lighting up!
Regeneration! It's getting ready to attack! Let us take
On
to
guard!
the fray!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on!
Eat this! Talon Hurricane!
Here I come!
Eagle Fire!
Ah!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time! I've let you all down. Stalagmite!
You have to hold
Here I
on!
come! Ah!
This one's mine! One more!
Dragon Swarm! This one's all mine!
Resuscitation! Use its weak point to take him down.
All together,
Here I
everyone!
come! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
I'm on it!
Dragon Swarm!
On guard!
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
Yes, sir.
On guard!
You're mine!
First strike!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Going in!
It's over!
That's it! Tectonic punch! Eagle
This one
Ray!
keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's
Now you
for!
see what I can
Get behind
do.
me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Talon Hurricane!
Eternal Devastation!
Force of regeneration!
Great denied!
You're mine! This one's all mine!
Thank you for that.
Just glad to be of service.
Well done. Let's get back into it.
Almost! Crossed things come to an end. Dance on the wind!
Eternal Devastation!
Hurricane!
On guard!
Eagle Ride!
You're mine!
Radiant light!
It's over!
Going in!
Regeneration!
Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Much obliged.
Speaking of things, did you know Renans and Danans have unique ways of...
Tell me about it later.
Regeneration!
You're armed! Hurricane Strike!
rage.
Eternal Devastation!
On guard!
Take this!
One
Dragon
more!
Swarm! Launch!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On guard!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
That's it! Dragon Shell! Elusive deity!
On
The
guard!
fluidity of your movement.
Not my
Here I
fight!
come! Stay away from my friend!
Heal!
On guard! Take lead
Being
charges to
interrupted.
me!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with light. Resuscitation! Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration!
Eternal devastation!
Let us take to the fray!
Dragon
Be
Shield!
prepared to free from regret.
On guard!
Talon Storm! Dragon
Radiant light!
Showtime!
Talon Hurricane!
Regenerate!
I'm not done!
He who
Guardian Field! I'm ready to go!
Shine, radiant light, force of
Dragon
regeneration!
Hurricane Strike!
Regenerate!
Okay,
This one's
here I go!
mine.
Dragon
Take
Swarm!
this!
Okay, here I go!
Hurricane Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Not my fight! I couldn't make it in time.
Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
Benedict,
Wide open!
it won't
Tiger
escape
Blade.
me!
I don't have much left.
You're
On
mine!
guard!
It's
One
time!
more!
Strike!
I hope this thing Hurricane Strike!
On your
This one's Hurricane!
Dragon
Eagle
Swarm!
Dive! On guard!
It's over!
My head's spinning, just watch
Dragon
it!
Swarm!
radiant light, force of
One
regeneration!
Tiger Blade!
Eternal devastation!
Talon Hurricane! Shattering the... Their arcs were interrupted!
I've let you all down.
You'll pay for that! Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Strike! Going in! One more! Hurricane Strike! Going
Be
in!
still!
Still
Take
out!
this!
Hurricane! Eagle Dive!
Almost there.
I've
let you all down.
Take it away, Long.
I thought you'd never ask.
On your knees. Air pressure!
I'm getting more of that medicine.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation!
Not done yet!
Benediction.
Heal! Talon Hurricane! Riven
Eternal
Tear!
devastation!
Resonate with the earth!
Strike! Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong fight! For Christ!
Forgive me.
No! Don't leave me all alone here. Nothing.
Ready and raring. I'll smash you.
You're finished! Now! Lunar Rondo! No escape!
Sometime.
Take this!
Eat this.
No rest for the wicked.
Radiant Swarm. There. Take it.
Hurricane
Dragon
Strike!
Swarm!
Appreciate the help.
Not my finest.
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine.
Lightning thrust! Ah!
Resonate with the earth!
Hurricane Strike! Going in.
Strike!
Take
Dragon
this.
Swarm!
Far enough.
Dust to dust.
Hurricane Strike!
Watch yourself.
Storm. On guard.
Incredible power!
One more.
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Now or never!
Crush!
Be prepared to free.
Eternal devastation!
Going in.
Elusive no further!
Hurricane Strike! On
Shine!
guard.
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Lightning thrust!
Why, thank you, your lordship.
And will you lay down your life for your
Hurricane
lord?
Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty.
You picked the wrong fight!
Rip and tear.
Dragon
Hitting
Swarm!
fire.
This one's mine.
A thrilling performance.
Dust to dust.
Hurricane Strike!
No escape!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
It's go time.
Allow me to help you. Benediction Light. Heal!
I can handle it. Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help. Look sharp.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm nearly done for.
Dragon Swarm!
Radiant Light! Of
I can carve through.
I'm just getting started.
Regenerate!
Is that a healing art?
Follow me!
I can't...
In an instant! Impact Frost!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Dohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings, let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us.